Okay, I guess this is what will eventually turn out to be the final configuration for my CHOP2 aquaponics system. CHOP is an acronym for Constant Height 1 Pump, CHOP. What that means is we utilize one pump in the system which is sitting in a sump tank. The constant height refers to the height of our main fish tank. We want that height to be constant, but at the same time we still need proper flow and circulation. Usually what happens in most aquaponic systems is that the grow beds drain directly into the main fish tank. But in this configuration it's quite easy to see, if you look at the white piping, that the grow beds are actually dumping directly into the sump. And this is basically so that the height of the water level in the main tank remains more or less constant. Hence, CHOP, constant height, one pump. So if we trace the flow of water, the water is being pumped from inside the sump, following this clear tubing. I've had to make this connector fitting. That's a really big hack right there, to connect to the 16 mm or half-inch gray pipe. Then I have two ball valves for regulating the flow of water into my grow beds. And on this side I have that same water line from the main pump in the sump is dumping water straight back into the fish tank. Then the fish tank is basically via gravity overflowing through this little gadget over here, overflowing directly into the sump over here. And that completes the circle. The only concern that I would have with this type of setup is oxygenating the water in the main fish tank, because as you can see it's a rather narrow and vertical fish tank, so there is not that much surface area that is exposed to air, and also that trickle over there might actually not be enough to oxygenate this tank properly. And for that reason I might introduce another or just an air filter or an air pump to oxygenate the main tank. The other problem that we will have, I'm in Singapore and this is pretty much on the equator, so it's extremely hot during the day. Clear fish tanks like this out in the sun is not a good idea. The water, that mass of water will definitely have some pretty large temperature swings during the day, so what I will have to do is cover all of that up. So I'm thinking of getting some 50% shade cloth and just covering up both the sump as well as the main fish tank in some way or another, so that I don't get too much temperature fluctuations in the water, and that I keep the fish happy. Now one of my sumps, rather one of my grow beds, looks like it's about to auto siphon. It's getting close to overflowing. Let's check that quickly. Oh yes, that is really close. I give it another few seconds before it actually starts trickling over. Okay, I'm going to put the cap back. Oh, there it goes. It didn't take long for that to kick in. So now it's dumping directly back into the sump. I actually accidentally had the configuration for testing setup dump directly into the fish tank before, and in that configuration the fish tank pretty much quickly overflowed. When you have the sump set up like this, the level of the water level in the sump will rise and fall, but of course that's fine because there isn't going to be any fish or anything in the sump tank. This one is siphoning nicely now. That's the grow bed on the left, which is started to siphon. The only other problem that I have is because all of this is outdoors, I've now hooked up temporarily I've got an AC pump. So my water pump is AC, it runs off electricity. I do not have an outdoors electric socket, and this is going to be a problem for me. I'm going to have to figure out a DC setup, and possibly down the road with some sort of a completely contained system that uses a solar panel. But that is for much further down the road. The other thing to notice, of course, is that really I'm only testing the system right now, and there will never be this much water in the grow beds. Once my grow medium, which I intend for it to be expanded clay, fills these tubs, there won't be that much water dumping all the way back into the sump. Alright, well, that is my CHOP2 setup. Seems to be working quite nicely. Water is overflowing into the sump. Next step will be to get the grow medium and to start cycling the system with some living organisms. Thanks. Bye.